Welcome everyone, join us today as we delve into the inspiring journey of Dusty Hill, the legendary bassist and vocalist of ZZ Top. From his early beginnings in Texas to becoming a cornerstone of one of rock's most iconic bands, Dusty's contributions to music are unforgettable. So let's dive in. Dusty Hill, born Joe Michael Hill on May 19, 1949 in Dallas, Texas, in the United States of America. Growing up in the Lakewood district of East Dallas, Dusty was influenced by his mother, a talented singer and blues enthusiast, who worked as a waitress. One of his earliest musical memories was singing along to an Elvis Presley record she brought home from the diner jukebox where she worked. Dusty attended Woodrow Wilson High School, where he learned to play the cello. Like his future bandmates, Dusty had a deep appreciation for blues music, which was uncommon in white families at the time. He often surprised his friends' parents by bringing records by Muddy Waters or Son House to their homes. At the age of 8, Dusty received a guitar for Christmas, but it was his older brother Rocky, who learned to play it. Dusty picked up the bass at 13, bypassing the usual step of learning guitar first. The brothers started playing in bands together, with Dusty joining Rocky's band, the Starliners. Dusty found himself on stage in Dallas bars, figuring out how to play bass as he went along. Disinterested in school, he received poor grades, feeling that his education interfered with his passion for music. By 1964, the teenage Hill brothers were performing in a band named Lady Wild and the Warlocks, which featured a female singer from Liverpool. During their time on the circuit, they met drummer Frank Beard, who soon joined their group. Together, they recorded 3 locally released singles. Subsequently, Rocky, Dusty, and Beard formed a new band called American Blues, releasing their self-titled debut album in 1968. After relocating to Houston, Rocky left the band to focus more on straight blues, while Dusty wanted the band to rock more. Dusty and Beard were in search of a singer, guitarist, just as Billy Gibbons needed a new rhythm section for his budding Houston-based trio, ZZ Top. During their first jam session, Dusty suggested playing a shuffle in circa. According to Gibbons, that shuffle lasted an uninterrupted 3 hours. The exceptional musical chemistry they all discovered in that initial meeting was significant. All 3 musicians were deeply rooted in the blues, understanding its discipline and conventions. However, they were also eager to experiment and push the boundaries of the genre. Dusty, with big, powerful hands and fingers, developed a bass playing style that was rich and full. He anchored ZZ Top's sound with a blend of free-flowing boogie rhythms and solid, heavy rock riffs. With Gibbons handling most of the lyrics and arrangements, Dusty contributed on bass, keyboards, and occasionally sang lead vocals. With support from manager Bill Ham and engineer Robin Hood Bryans, ZZ Top's debut, ZZ Top's first album in 1971, was released. It showcased the band's humor with its barrelhouse rhythms, distorted guitars, double entendres, and innuendo, all rooted in their blues influences. Their next album, Rio Grande Mud in 1972, followed and included their first charting single, Francine. In 1973, ZZ Top released Tres Hombres, further refining their heavy blues style and deepening their Texas roots. The album, a masterpiece of genius, became their first to sell 1 million copies and set the benchmark for their future work. It featured their breakthrough hit, the boogie rock single La Grange, about the infamous Chicken Ranch brothel, later depicted in the 1982 film The Best Little Whorehouse in Texas, starring Dolly Parton. In 1975, Dusty took the lead vocals on Song Tush, the band's first top 20 hit and one of their most beloved tracks. He also duetted with Gibbons on Heard It on the X, from the album Fandango. On the 1976 album Tigers, Dusty sang lead on Panem Highway Blues, Avalon Hideaway, and $10 Man, and shared vocals with Gibbons on It's Only Love. The embodiment of Texan folklore in their music and persona was integral to the ZZ Top story, and Dusty's unwavering loyalty to the Lone Star State was almost as strong as his dedication to the band. He staunchly defended the band's choice to stay based in Texas rather than moving to entertainment hubs like Los Angeles or New York. Dusty was particularly critical of Texas-born stars like Johnny Winter and Janis Joplin, who had left the state at the first opportunity. Within ZZ Top, Dusty was a pillar of stability, providing both musical and emotional grounding for the band. He rarely spoke publicly about the group's inner dynamics or his personal life, preferring to keep his struggles private, believing that experiencing life's low points was essential to truly appreciating the highs. After almost 7 years of touring, and a string of successful albums, in 1976 the band took a 3-year break after the worldwide Texas tour. Gibbons explored Europe and India, while Beard went on a drug spree that eventually led to rehab. In contrast, Dusty took a job, incognito, as a baggage handler at Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport. stating he wanted to feel normal and ground himself, acknowledging that while success is great, it can also really mess with you. When the band returned in 1979 with the album Degüello, Gibbons and Dusty unveiled their new look with matching massive beards and sunglasses. Their hit singles from this period, Cheap Sunglasses and Pearl Necklace, showcased a more contemporary sound. In 1983, ZZ Top released Eliminator, a best-selling album that, according to the Financial Times, made the band bona fide pop stars. Dusty's wild days of beer drinking and raising hell never completely left him. In December 1984, he ended up at Memorial City Medical Center in Houston with a bullet lodged in his abdomen. A woman who was with him told police that she was helping Dusty take off his boots at home when a .38 caliber Derringer fell out of one of them and discharged. Initially, Dusty wasn't sure if he had been hit, however, he was eventually convinced to go to the hospital, where a standard operation to remove the bullet was successfully performed. In 2000, Dusty was diagnosed with hepatitis C, leading ZZ Top to cancel their European tour. Once he recovered and the band resumed touring, Dusty proudly proclaimed he was living proof that hepatitis C can be contained and ZZ Top cannot. Dusty returned to work in 2002 and was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame with ZZ Top in 2004. Later in 2007, when Dusty needed ear surgery for acoustic neuropain, they cancelled the European tour, and in 2014, he injured his hip after falling on his tour bus, requiring surgery and resulting in the cancellation of part of the tour. On July 23, 2021, Dusty left a tour due to ongoing hip issues. The band continued to perform, with their guitar tech Elwood Francis stepping in on bass at Dusty's request. Dusty had already recorded bass and vocals for ZZ Top's upcoming album. Dusty's screen credits include appearances in Back to the Future Part 3, Mother Goose Rock and Rhyme, the July 20, 2009 episode of WWE Raw, and Deadwood. He also portrayed himself in the 11th season episode of King of the Hill, titled Hank Gets Dusted, where it's mentioned that Hank Hill is his cousin. Additionally, Dusty appeared on The Drew Carey Show as himself, auditioning for a spot in Drew's band. However, he was rejected due to his insistence on keeping his beard, which he called a Texas goatee. Personally, at the time of his passing, Dusty was married to his longtime partner, Charlene McCrory, with whom he had been married since March 23, 2002. Although Hill and McCrory had been together for many years, they did not have any children together. However, Dusty had a daughter, Charity Hill, from a previous relationship before his rock and roll career took off. In an interview with the Charlotte Observer, Hill shared that his daughter initially aspired to be a musician like him. Charity aimed to become a keyboard player, but Dusty ultimately convinced her to pursue a career in law instead. Sadly, on July 28, 2021, Dusty passed away in his sleep at his home in Houston, Texas, at the age of 72. While no official cause of death was given, his wife later revealed that he had been seeking more physical therapy for his chronic bursitis. This condition, characterized by repeated attacks of pain, swelling, and tenderness, can lead to muscle deterioration and limited range of motion in the affected joint. Gibbons confirmed that ZZ Top would continue performing with Elwood Francis, the band's longtime guitar tech, on bass, honoring Hill's wishes. Hill was buried in a private service at Forest Park, the Woodlands Cemetery, Montgomery County, Texas. And there you have it. His powerful bass lines, distinctive voice, and unmistakable presence have left an indelible mark on the world of rock music. Thank you for joining us in celebrating the life and legacy of Dusty Hill. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos just like this. Take care and bye for now.